this video, we're going to be talking all things gay culture. So, like, straight savior complex, allyship, and for clout. And why are there no places other than bars for, like, the gays to hang out? That sounds like you want to listen to that.
Stick around.
Stick around.
And if you're new here, my name is B.
And I'm Jessy.
And we help women heal themselves from the inside out using energy work, breath work, and conscious coaching. So if that sounds interesting to you, hit the subscribe button below and stick around for more videos. Now, today we're going to be talking about, like, kind of some random stuff within the gay community. Stuff that we were just thinking of the other day. Like, what about this? And hey, what about that? You know, and we were getting, like, a little triggered and heated. And sometimes that's, like, inspiration for these videos. And
I can't remember what happened. What happened?
Oh, something happened. Oh, I know. We were talking about how how straight women, like, interact with you or used to interact with you, and how I had never, like, gotten that sort of interaction.
Right. And then you pointed out, like, that's weird of someone to say. And then I was like, oh, wait, yeah, that is kind of weird. And I never realized it in the moment when people were saying that to me before.
Right. So let's get into this, shall we? So, honestly, too, like, any other femme lesbians, like, have you experienced this before, or is this just, like, straight women talking to masks? I don't know. Straight women don't talk to me like this. So, anyways, Jess has told me that in the past, straight women have told her, I would be gay if it was a choice. I wish I could be gay. I wish I could be queer.
Right. And it's almost like it's icky because it's like you're, like, putting weird feelers out to see if I'm going to, like, go for the bait.
Yeah, that's baity. I was like, and Jess told me this totally innocent, had no idea, like, that there was probably an underlying weird tone to this. And I was like, no straight woman has ever told me this. I don't know what you're talking about. That feels icky and weird to me. It's kind of like anyone from, like, a white person saying to a person of color, I wish I was Mexican. I wish I was black. Why would you say that? That's weird.
It's weird.
Right? Isn't that the equivalent?
I think so.
I think it's weird.
I think so. You're talking about, like, the straight savior complex where, like, okay, and I'm not talking about, like, you have your friends. It's okay, baby.
She is getting so triggered.
Yeah.
She is super territorial, by the way. You will learn more about voodoo as we make more videos because she deserves to be included. She is very protective.
Yeah, and she's part of the queer community. Straight savior complex. Like I said, I'm not talking about, there's a difference because I've had, like, straight friends in the past where something obscene was said to me and they're, like, ready to throw down and, like, fight for your honor. So it's like when a straight person, and I've had this happen before where, like, I've used the F slur because, like, I'm gay, if you cannot tell. So, like, it's okay for me to say it, but I've had straight people be like, oh my god, I can't believe you just said that. La, 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 la. And it's like, that's like the equivalent, like, that's a reclaimed word.
Yeah.
It's a reclaimed word, and, like, I'm allowed to say it. You don't need to get up in arms, and it's, like, weird when straight people do that, and they're like...
That's odd. It'd be different if another gay person was like, hey, that's super triggering. Like, people used to call me that and bully me. Like, can you not say that around me? That feels very different than a straight person getting up in arms about you using the F word. And that might be an unpopular opinion, but I don't really care. Like, I'm black and I don't say the N word, but, you know, my brother does. And, like, who am I to be like, you can't say that word when he's black? Like, that's a reclaimed term. Like, it's like a white person saying to a black person, you can't say the N word. There's just no place for it. I can't believe we're talking about this.
I can't believe it either, but here we are. Don't overplay your allyship. It's weird.
That's what it boils down to.
Don't overplay, like, of course, we love the support, but, like, it can be like a quiet confidence. Okay?
Absolutely.
You're just there in the background, and, like, if you got to bring the arsenal out, cool.
Don't make it about you. So that's the thing. That's something that I noticed, like, in the year 2020, 2021, when, you know, the whole thing happened in the world that I'm not really going to get into, but obviously there was a huge shift in culture and a huge perspective shift, and I think a lot of white people were able to slow down and to realize like, oh my God, racism exists. Shocking. But anyways, a lot of white people did, and what I noticed is that some people were getting so angry about it, and in their anger, which I appreciate, like we need white people to stand up against racism, right? Because that's the way it's going to end. However, if you are getting so up in arms about it and you are making it about yourself and about your own anger, your own outrage, that is totally missing the mark. Like, it's not about you.
You're missing the mark. You're missing the point. You're missing the plot.
Yeah. It's just a little tone deaf. And I get that it might be coming from a really good place. So, like, I don't want to just come for those people. But that gives me the ick. Like, that made me feel weird as a woman of color during that time to see white people getting more angry than even I was about certain things. Like, it just made me feel weird. And I'm not saying people can't have their feelings, but I don't know. Maybe read your audience. Read the room.
I feel like also the allies that are out there, too, that solely use their platform for, like, oh, my God, it's such a great example because we're already watching The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. But I saw a TikTok, but Demi, okay, she, like, made this weird comment about when they were all, like, if you haven't seen this episode, sorry for the spoilers, but...
Spoiler alert.
Season 2. But she was, like making weird comments about two girls kissing or whatever. And then I just saw a TikTok where she's, like, promoting, like, gay people. And it was, like, weird. I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. And then people came for her in the comments about it because they were like, you were acting so weird about... So, like, using, like, the queer community as clout, not okay. Not okay. It gave me the ick. I was like, if I couldn't dislike her anymore. And I saw that, and I was like, wow, I do.
Barf.
I dislike her even more now.
Barf. That's so not cool. It makes us feel like we're not really worth much, and we're only worthy, like, when it's going to service you. And, like, that... Ew, that's really icky. What I wanted to talk about is, like, this is so, like... I don't even know, 2010s. Like, when was this in? When talking about gay people, like, they're a token, like, my gay best friend, like, this gay guy, like, just, I hate
the straight girls that do that, too. And they're like, oh, my God, I need a gay guy best friend. And it's like... That's so weird.
It's like, we are humans, and we're just not going to be your token, like, gay best friend. Not that any straight girl wants a lesbian to be her token gay best friend. It's always, like, a gay man, and that's, like, a whole probably misogyny thing that we don't want to go down right now.
The straight girl just wants you as an experiment.
Yeah, and, like, as an accessory.
I'm talking about.
Right.
Yeah. See, Voodoo agrees.
Yes. She's so good at validating.
Yeah.
Tell the world your anger. No, but I was listening to this podcast, and this woman was talking about how she has a glam team, and she had, like, a few gays on her glam team, and her friend had none. And her friend was like, oh, well, I'm pretty sure, like, some of the women that are on my glam team have made out with women, and so are they gay in that way? And then the other one was like, no, that doesn't count. You don't have any gays. You need to step up your game. You don't have any. And I stopped listening to that podcast, and I probably won't listen to it anymore because it just made me feel so icky. It made me feel cringy. And it's like, wait, so we're not worth any, we're not really like, what? And it made me feel icky for gay men because, like, you're just looked at as an accessory to a lot of straight women. And, like, that just felt like so 10 years ago. Like, what year are we in?
And another thing, like, why are there no places for the queer community to hang out that doesn't involve drinking? Like, I feel like, especially when I first moved to, like, Tampa, St. Pete area, I feel like I wasn't drinking for probably, like, maybe a year. I wasn't, like, going out and partying or doing anything like that. But that was, like, the scene when I moved to St. Pete. It was, like, that's where all the gay people were all the time. And if it, like, wasn't at a bar, it was, like, going to the beach and drinking. Like, drinking at a beach bar. So it was, like, yeah. So then I got roped into that and, like, sucked into that culture. And yeah, then when I became sober, like I've been sober for over 2 years now. I don't drink alcohol. I don't do anything. But
painfully sober.
yeah, like sober Sally over here, and it was so hard to meet people. Like obviously I fell out of that scene, and like all of the people that I used to hang out with that still drink, like I'm not like, we're cool, but like I'm not friends with them on that level anymore. So yeah, it was really difficult. It's like I feel like it's kind of difficult to find people who aren't into that scene.
It's very normalized, I feel like, in our community. Like, even think about it at Pride. Like, what is everyone doing? When I went to Pride, everyone was getting wasted.
And shaking their ass.
Right. And, like, that was fun for a while. But, yeah, now I'm sober almost 7 years. And yeah, I mean, I think meeting people online is probably the best way to go. But if you, like, want to, like, meet people out in the wild, the number one place to go is to a bar, a nightclub, a drag show. And what's happening at all those places? Yeah, excessive amounts of alcohol consumption. Where are all the sober gay people? Let us know in the comments if you're sober and you're gay.
And you're gay. And, like, where's a cool hangout spot? Like, we
Yeah.
did start going to, like, kava, like, places. Those kind of, like, are pretty popular in Florida. But
Yeah.
Outside of that, I feel like there's no, like, sober places to hang.
And there must be. I mean, I know that there are different, like, along with kava bars, there are different, like, no consumption bars like opening up, but those are kind of few and far between. So if like you know of like any spaces that are queer and, you know, sober, like let us know. Probably coffee shops too, but like let us know. We would love to hear about those places and your experience. As always, take what you need, leave the rest, subscribe to our channel, and go love yourself.